Hello, I'm Mukala Kabongo, and on this edition of the LCTV News, City of Lynn selects new public art installation, universal mask wearing for Lynn Public Schools, Rashida Ellis welcome home ceremony, Indian flag raising ceremony, and more. On the Lin Lowdown, we were joined by Captain Helen Johnson of the Salvation Army to discuss the back-to-school drive. Here's this week's LCTV News for Friday, August 13th, 2021.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Columbia Insurance Agency, serving the Lynn community for over 60 years with home, auto, and business insurance.
Last week, Lynn Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Patrick Tutwiler recommended all students and staff of the Lynn Public Schools to wear masks regardless of vaccination status. This decision comes with the advice of the city's health director and other local medical authorities. The decision comes after an increase in positive COVID-19 cases involving the Delta variant. Also playing a role in this decision was the inability to maintain physical distance with all students attending in person. The school year is set to begin on September 7th. Kevin Orlowski's Laces of Lynn will be installed at the Mount Vernon Street Plaza. Orlowski says he is very excited to be selected for the installation. Orlowski got inspiration for his piece from Lynn's history as a shoemaker. Mayor McGee says the community made a terrific selection with Laces of Lynn, and the piece relates to an important part of Lynn's history. Orlowski plans to partner with Raw Arts and work with 100 young artists to assist them in designing their own piece of public art. During Tuesday's City Council meeting, the council voted unanimously to approve a zoning ordinance amendment for the Union Hospital site. With the unanimous vote, the site will now be transformed to a senior housing unit. This development will allow 28 units per acre and have a maximum of 150 units. There will also be an opportunity to have retail and food services on the site. To watch the full City Council meeting, visit lyntv.org. On Monday, Lynn PD arrested Anthony Petruccelli after he stole a woman's car on Newhall Street and ran over her foot. Lynn PD were able to find the suspect after the victim's family found Petruccelli at the Salem 5 Bank on State Street and were able to hold him down until Lynn PD arrived. The victim is said to be okay, and the incident remains under investigation. A 55-year-old woman passed away on Tuesday after falling off a moped and being ran over by a 10-wheel dump truck on the intersection of Washington Street and Western Ave. Approximately around 9:20 a.m., the woman was riding on the back of her boyfriend's moped when they were struck by the truck. Washington Street was blocked off until about noon. The victim and her husband were taken to Salem Hospital, where she was pronounced dead, and the man suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The truck driver was not charged by Lynn PD at the time. The 6th annual Lynn Shore Showdown took place this past weekend, and LCTV was in attendance.
Take a chance. There you go.
10, 9,
Hold position.
8,
Don't chase it. Don't chase it.
5, 4,
Get it.
3, 2.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Jared Nicholson, member of the Lynn School Committee. We're here at the 6th annual Lynn Shore Showdown beach wrestling tournament that we do right here on Lynn Beach. We're right in front of the Ward Bathhouse here, and working with Beat the Streets New England that starts urban wrestling programs all around New England. We're hosting our 6th annual tournament, and as you can see, we put a rope in the sand, we start wrestling. We got wrestlers of all ages, K through grade 2 all the way up to open to myself, who's wrestling today, and we're having a great time.
Come on, Pepper, stay low on him. Drive him.
Cuidado, ele é mais forte.
Come on, Pepper.
Both hands.
Yeah, good job, Pepper. Come on, Pepper. There you go. Good job.
Hello, my name is Michael Tavares. I've been a coach in training for Boston Youth Wrestling for 2 years now, and I've been a wrestler for 4 years. Right now we're at the Lynn Shore Showdown. It's an annual tournament that we like to have every year, where we host the tournament down at Lynn Shore. We compete against, or we have a bunch of competition between different weight classes, and we weren't able to hold the tournament last year because of the pandemic, so I was really excited to be out here right now. It's really fun being able to participate. Not only do we get here to set up, we also have the opportunity to wrestle as coaches in training, and it's also a good learning experience. I don't really get a chance to ref like my own matches or ref my friends' matches, but here at the tournament I'm allowed to ref for other people. I'm allowed to watch the matches and score and keep track and stuff like that. It's just a really fun experience over here at Lynn Shore.
Over the weekend, the 29th annual Shoe City Classic was held at Marion Gardens. The Classic is a showcase of the best basketball players in Massachusetts from grammar school to adults. LCTV spoke with players about the Classic. The 29th annual Shoe City Classic returned to Marion Gardens over the weekend.
Last year, everyone knows the situation. But this year was good, and we wanted to just really have our team around the core guys that we usually always play with in high school and stuff like that.
Last year, I wanted this to happen so bad last year, especially like during COVID, everyone was like in lockdown, so it was like bad. Like this is like Lynn Holiday. Like we should have this every year. So it's great to have it this year though.
The 3-day tournament showcased the best basketball players in the state.
This tournament is one of the best in Mass. Like, the atmosphere is always incredible.
Mikey's a winner.
Lynn English was well represented as former Bulldogs led the way to another championship in the collegiate division.
Yeah, it definitely made it feel a lot better just to kind of show everyone that we're still the guys that kind of run it.
The atmosphere is great. And if you don't know, Shoe City, in my opinion, like a mini Dykeman. Like, you never know what's going to happen. Anybody can have an off day, everybody can have a good day. So like, you just never know on the court.
Ali Berry and Tyrese Garcia stole the show in the championship game as they ended it with 5 minutes remaining.
It was a great game for us. We came out hard, came out on fire. We all played together, played defense, most important thing. And we just worked hard. I think we just wanted more than them. They had to end the game early.
It was a crazy experience. Like everyone here was like all mad enthusiastic. It was just good. Like I felt great. Like, feel me?
Mike Rodriguez, who is no stranger to the tournament, has led his team to back-to-back championships.
Yeah, it's all love. You know Boston's going to come out, especially if a Boston team's in the championship. So, yeah, we got to get that every time. Lose. Whoa, the last time I was here, I hit a game-winning shot, so you know we got to come back and go get that trophy and the money.
Mikey's a winner, yo.
Players hope the rest of the country recognize the talent pool Massachusetts basketball has to offer.
What's good about it is everybody that steps on the court is all hoopers. Like, you have hoopers from everywhere that come to Lynn. Like they come to Lynn and show love. And we got to run these tournaments or more community centers for the kids to get off the street, but just about Boston basketball environment, we got to get that up. We're just as good as New York. You know, we should always have tournaments with this type of atmosphere, so I feel like we should move up every year. I feel like it is a blessing, like, to still have Shoe City around, because it's been around for a couple of years, you feel me? So, like, I feel like having that name, Shoe City Classic, and having everybody from different places coming and playing and putting on and staying together and showing love.
For LCTV, I'm Mukala Kabongo. On Monday, LCTV traveled to Manning Field for the Lynn Police Department's Children's Fitness Day. Here's more. In an effort to promote health and wellness, Lynn Police held a Children's Fitness Day at Manning Field.
We're trying to show them what it takes to stay fit and have fun doing it. I'm doing a little obstacle course with the battle ropes, with the floor ladder. We're doing some push-ups, some bear crawl push-ups, and some some high knees and doing some ab work, trying to make it as fun as possible. I have the bullhorn going.
Officer Orrin Wright, a 25-year vet, says this is a great experience for the children.
To keep it simple, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, seeing kids out there here with us on top of everything, but just enjoying themselves, the families with them, smiling, just people in general being able to be out and around and about. It's really just beautiful just having these kids out here and enjoying themselves today and being able to be out in the fresh air and be amongst other people.
Events such as this are a great way to building a strong relationship with the community.
The most important part is we want them to know that we're people and we're here for them as we're here for everyone. I personally have been working with children most of my 25-year career, working in the schools for the last 9, almost 10 years and doing a camp every year. And we weren't able to do a lot of those things. And now that we're able to finally start doing a few events, we're cramming them in, but we're just trying to get them in to basically let them know we're still here for them. I'm seeing what I wanted to see, people laughing, people smiling. And also they get to know us too.
With LCTV, I'm Mukala Kabongo. On Tuesday, the Indian flag raising ceremony was held outside of City Hall, and LCTV was in attendance for the celebration.
Welcome, and I'm happy to be here and raise the Indian flag on Indian Independence Day. And I'm happy to present the mayoral proclamation from the City of Lynn, and I'm happy to have signed it. And I'm happy to read it and present it.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Whereas India is the largest free democratic country in the world, home of nearly a fifth of the world's population, and with exceptional beauty and rich cultural heritage, and whereas the Indian independence movement was led by patriots including Mahatma Gandhi, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Deshabambu Das, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, Lala Sadra Patel. One of their resistance methods, Lamanya Tilak, Bhagat Singh, Malanya Azad, Rajad Gopalakari, and Sardar Patel. One of their resistance methods was nonviolence protest, which became a model of the civil rights movement around the world, including the movement led by Martin Luther King Jr. in the United States. And whereas on August 15, 1947, India gained her independence from 200 years of repressive British occupation with peaceful civil disobedience and nonviolence. That movement in turn became a new weapon to fight against inequality and injustice in the world, and the Constituent Assembly of India created a most democratic constitution of its own, taking clues from the British, American, and French constitutions. And whereas a youthful country turning 74 this year, India has shown an unsurpassed growth in education, health, agriculture, and technology since its independence. And India's Independence Day is celebrated by over 1.4 billion people across the country with flag hosting ceremonies, kite flying, and parades. And whereas India has the largest diaspora in the world, with around 36 million people of Indian origin living in other countries, with over 4 million people of Indian origin residing in the United States, and over 100,000 in Massachusetts, who contribute greatly to the social, economic, and civic health of the nation. And whereas India, a composite civilization, a nation extraordinarily unique as a cultural mosaic of people embracing a prodigious diversity of ethnic groups, religions, languages, customs, traditions, clothing, manners, food habits, climatic conditions, and natural resources, and yet preserving an underlying unity. Now therefore I, Thomas M. McGee, Mayor of the City of Lynn, hereby proclaim August 15, 2021 to be India Day in the City of Lynn, and urge faith and community leaders and all citizens of the City of Lynn to take cognizance of this event and participate fittingly in its observance. Happy and honored to have signed this and present it to you today.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it on behalf of IAGB, which is like a 50-plus year-old organization here. We cater for Indian Americans, but we are completely based in America. All our fundraising efforts, whenever we do it, we take it and bring it to like homeless shelters here or food pantries. So we really appreciate the friendship of Lynn and all Americans actually. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. It's great to be here.
Sure, thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. And then you as on part of the IAGB.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जगति तरंगा तब शुभ लागे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा.
The city of Lynn welcomed home Rashida Ellis on Wednesday with a homecoming ceremony. Ellis, who competed in this year's Olympics, is the first Lynn athlete to compete in the Games. Here's more from the ceremony.
Well, first and foremost, it feels so good to be home. But back in Tokyo, Japan, the people are so nice, you know? They take care of us. We're treated like real Olympians. It just felt special. This is not an easy sport to do. Like, I've been working for 15 years to get to this level, so it's not going to take you 2 to 3 years to get to this level. You got to work hard. You got to sacrifice. You just got to put in the work, and then you'll get your results after.
On behalf of the city, all I can say is thank you, and you did us proud. You really did. You're a superstar in all of our eyes. Today is your day. Thank you.
I'm very proud for her. I've been there from the beginning from her, seeing her doing her thing, you know. It's a blessing. This is a sport that she needed. She's been doing this for years. She should have been got this, but, you know, it's good that she's getting it now.
She was 100% the team leader out there, and she took that team, and she was like the core of it, you know, and a lot of people don't realize all the stuff that goes into it, but she really held the team together.
And Lynn has a long history of toughness, a long history of very successful athletes, but very few Olympians that represented not only the city, not only the state, but the entire United States of America.
We're so proud making the team, coming from Lynn, being here. We're really proud of you. The hard work has all paid off. You represented us in such an important way. You represented the country. So proud to be here to welcome you home. And I'm going to present to you, for the first time that I've been mayor. I have not done this since I've been mayor, but I am presenting you with a key to the city.
I just want to say, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody in the city for supporting me in this, through my journeys, and the best experience an athlete could ever have. You guys always been there for me. Throughout all these 15 years I've been boxing, you guys, Lynn's always been there for me. I'm so proud to be putting Lynn on the map. And there's still more to come. So, Paris, here we come.
On Wednesday, a candidate forum was held at Lynn Arts Black Box Theater featuring candidates running for ward councilor. Here's more from the forum.
I think because it's election season, they're afraid to bring it to a vote, right? Because but that's the thing, you need to pick a side. You can't just say, oh, I'm reviewing the plan. How long are you gonna review the plan? Make a decision, this needs to work or not work. Just stand one way or another, come to a conclusion. We don't need, people don't have all day when they can't pay their rent and they're being thrown out of their apartments. Are they gonna just be like, oh, I have plenty of time? No, they don't have time because we're in a crisis right now. We need help. So many people, the pandemic has been terrible, right? And this city specifically has been really, really hard. Because a lot of our frontline workers work in grocery stores. And do you know they're living in houses with 15, a lot of people in one apartment? That is not okay. And what is City Council doing about that? This housing crisis is a crisis because it's not being addressed right now. This should be addressed right now, tomorrow, make a vote, do whatever needs to be done because there's plenty of money coming into the city. Where's it all going? Why are we not helping our own people? We need to just pick a side. Don't just, if I hear one more time, oh, we're reviewing the plan. How long do we need to review the plan? Make a decision. People don't have all day.
She answered it. I have no answer, Beth, why they've never passed or reviewed or been entered in the agenda. that's something for me to find out. If my destiny is favorable to me come election time, and then I will definitely report back to you why. And I agree with Natasha wholeheartedly, 100%. It's a priority and it needs to be passed as soon as possible. That's why you need to vote.
To watch the full forum, visit lintv.org. And now for the sports update. The North Shore Navigators season came to an end Thursday night in their New England Collegiate Baseball League Championship Series against Danbury Westerners. The Nevs fell to the Westerners 8-4 in Game 2 of their championship series. After going up 3-0 early on, the Navigators could only muster up 1 run the rest of the way. In the top of the third, the Westerners used a 5-run inning as it was capped off with the 3-run homer by Matt Zaffino would give the Westerners the 5-3 lead. That would be all the Westerners would need to capture the New England Collegiate Baseball Championship Series. And now for the pros. The Boston Red Sox dropped another game to the Tampa Bay Rays after yesterday's 8-1 loss. The Sox offense could only muster up 2 hits throughout the game. The Rays offense began the 6th inning after Wander Franco's 2-run homer that made it 3-1. The Rays would get another homer in the 8th inning after Mike Zuno's 3-run homer. The Red Sox host the Baltimore Orioles tonight at Fenway. First pitch is set for 7:10 p.m. The New England Patriots returned to the field last night as they hosted the Washington football team in their preseason opener. Rookie Mac Jones made his debut in the 3rd series of the game. Jones went 13 for 19 for 87 yards. Running back Ramondre Stevenson was the standout of the game as he rushed for 127 yards on 10 carries and 2 touchdowns. Stevenson had a game-sealing 91-yard touchdown run. The Pats are back on the field next Thursday against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Boston Celtics' young core continued to impress in Summer League play as they defeated the Orlando Magic 108-71 last night. Sam Hauser came off the bench to record a game-high 21 points while knocking down 6 3-pointers. The Celtics as a team knocked down 19 3-pointers. Boston will look to go 4-0 in Summer League play on Saturday when they take on the Philadelphia 76ers. Tip-off is set for 5 p.m. On this week's Lin Lowdown, we spoke with Captain Helen Johnson. Here's this week's Lin Lowdown.
Hi, welcome to Lin Lowdown, where we talk about upcoming events happening in the Lynn community and a bunch of other stuff happening in the Lynn community as well. And today we're here to talk about the Salvation Army Back to School Drive, which they're accepting donations until August 25th. And I'm joined by Captain Helen Johnson from the Salvation Army. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So, like I said, we're here to talk about the Back to School Drive, but also, additionally, the Back to School Bash that you guys are holding on Monday, August 30th from 12 to 3 at the Salvation Army on Franklin Street. So, first, let's just talk about the Salvation Army in general. Like we were talking about before the show, a lot of people know you guys for the food pantry.
Right.
But you guys are not just the food pantry.
Yeah. A lot of people know us for the food pantry, which is happening literally right now, and it was huge during the pandemic, and it's definitely started to settle down a little bit. We brought it back to 1 Franklin Street after being at Manning Field, and we brought it back into the building, and now we have a new computer system, and now people come into the building and register, and it moves a lot quicker, more efficiently. Hopefully it will even get more and more efficient as time goes on. And that, for those who are in need of that, I like to just put it out there, is Tuesday through Friday, 12 to 3, and it's still happening. But in addition to that, we do have an after-school program that meets in another part of the building, so it's separate and safe for the children, and it's called the Smart Center. It focuses on the arts, and that is right now for the summer, it's from 8 to 5. And if you're interested in enrolling your children in that, we do take vouchers. So if you're interested, just call the Salvation Army. The number is up there, and we're enrolling children in that. And we have a lot of seasonal programs. The Back to School Bash being one of them. The Item Santa coming up soon being one of those. And lots of other programs happening all the time, different seasonal events and things like that. We have the emergency disaster truck that goes out to help the firefighters or victims of disasters and things like that. So a lot of different programs. We're always busy at the Salvation Army. But
yeah, like I said, it's almost a shame in a way that people see you mostly as the food pantry people, because you guys do so much.
Yeah, I forgot to mention we also help with rental assistance, utility assistance, clothing vouchers. We want to meet the immediate needs of people in whatever needs they have whenever we can. And we partner with other agencies and people, communities, so that we can be there for people in their most immediate need.
So, again, you guys just heard it. They do a lot. So please support them. And personally, thank you guys for all the work that you guys are doing out there. But we're here to talk about the Back to School Bash. So let's focus on that for a minute. So donations are going to be accepted until August 25th.
Yes.
So what exactly are you guys looking for people to donate?
Well, mostly we need backpacks and school supplies. And first I want to say a big thank you to anyone who donated this past weekend. We stood at both of the Walmarts, Walmart on the Linway and Walmart in Saugus, collecting backpacks and school supplies all weekend. It's a national partnership between Walmart and the Salvation Army. So all over the country there were Salvation Armies collecting backpacks and school supplies at Walmarts. And we collected a lot of great stuff already. So we have we're a good head start. And also Shop Sin and Nicole McLean is partnering with us. So she's got all her friends getting backpacks and school supplies. So that's what we're looking for. Backpacks, school supplies, pencils, erasers, folders, binders, pencil cases, anything like that you would buy your kids or that you think kids would need when they go back to school. We're also accepting monetary donations. If you don't want to go shopping, you just want to give us the money to go. What we tend to get is a lot of school supplies and not as many backpacks. So what we wait until the 25th, and then on that day we take all the monetary donations or a little bit before that day, and we order all the backpacks, and then we stuff them all so that all of the kids get a backpack filled with school supplies.
Yeah. And the backpacks are kind of important to kids.
Oh yeah.
all the kids, like I grew up in the 90s. I remember having a Pikachu backpack. It had the little tail.
I had Barbie.
Like it's a part of people's personality.
Right. Yeah, it's just the thrill of going into school with your own personal backpack, and the kids let's face it, they had a really rough year last year, so being able to pick out your own backpack and go to school with, something special, having your lunch in there, and it'll make it special for them, for sure.
So where exactly do people drop off these donations? You were talking Shop Sin is one of the collaborators as well.
Yep.
Other collaborators?
Well, Shop Sin in Nicole McLean, at the library, so you can go to the public library, or you can drop them off at the Salvation Army. Or if you want to call the Salvation Army, we'll go anywhere and pick them up for you. Or again, you can mail in a check or call us. We'll pick anything up.
And like you were saying, the kids have also, with the rest of the world, everybody's kind of suffered under this, and the kids very bad with missing school and all that. But even last year, you guys were able to make this happen, which is fantastic that you guys were still able to. So this is now the 3rd year in a row that you guys are doing this. The annual bash, which again is happening on Monday, August 30th from 12 to 3. So how has it gone in the past?
Yep, well First year we did it, my husband and I have been here 3 years at the Salvation Army, and in years past, the Salvation Army has encouraged Lynn residents, if they were in need, to go to the Boston Salvation Army's bash that they've done, and we realized that that's just too difficult to ask Lynn residents to go that far. And there's been other things in the Lynn community, but we felt it was important to do something here. And as we were planning something, we realized that Nicole McLean was also planning something. So we partnered with her when we saw she was doing something, and we did one over on, I believe it's Vernon Street. And it was just wonderful that first year. She had a DJ, they were doing haircuts, and it was a great party. We mainly had our canteen there, and we were handing out hot dogs, and I remember my husband kept calling me and saying, get more hot dogs, we need more hot dogs, and I went all around to all the grocery stores and just bought them out of hot dogs because it was a huge party. Then the second year, the year of the pandemic, we had to have everyone sign up ahead of time because we wanted to know how many people would be there. And we had people either drive through or walk through, and we had everything ready ahead of time. We had books on one table and backpacks on the other. Unfortunately, of course, we didn't have any of the party atmosphere, but people got their backpacks and they could pick out some books. So we had people drive through and one line of walk through, similar to how we did our drive-through food pantry. At that point, we were kind of a pro at doing like things drive through. So as they drove through, we took, we looked at the registration, gave them what they needed for the number of kids that they had, and kind of put it in their car and left. So it was a little sad thinking back at it. So I'm excited this year that we can bring back the party. At the event, even if, unfortunately, which we hope this doesn't happen, some kids don't end up getting one because we don't have enough, which donate, so that doesn't happen. They will still enjoy the party. We're going to have a DJ again. We're going to have some hairstylists. We're going to have cotton candy, popcorn, slushy, a bounce house. So there'll be lots of things for everyone to do. And my prayer is that no child goes away without a backpack. So we're just hoping for lots of donations, monetary, actual backpacks, school supplies, whatever you can do will help, for sure.
So we only have another minute or so left, actually. This time goes by very quick.
Yeah.
I do want to mention that this is for students kindergarten through 12th grade, and
Yep.
you were also mentioning before that you wanted to make sure people knew to show up at noon, not
right.
necessarily beforehand.
Yeah, because it is first come, first serve, and when people hear that, they try to come super early. But days like today where there's a heat wave, we don't want people waiting in the heat, or it really won't help to come early because we'll just be setting up and they'll have to stand and they'll get in the way. So please don't come early. It starts just right at noon. So yeah, please don't come early. Yeah, it starts right at 12 to 3, and we'll try our best to get everyone there who comes a backpack.
All right, and just as we leave, any closing words that you want to give to everybody?
I guess we'll also accept volunteers if people are interested in volunteering at the event. If you're interested in that, come by the Salvation Army on 1 Franklin Street. We're open from 8 to 5, and just fill out what we have, a clearance form, so that you're cleared to be around children. And thank you to everyone who's already volunteered.
Yeah. So thanks
and donated.
Thanks again for joining me.
Thank you.
So again, the Salvation Army, they're accepting school donations, school supply donations until August 25th, and then on Monday, August 30th, from 12 to 3 o'clock, they're going to have a back-to-school bash. And you can drop off donations at the Salvation Army. They'll come pick it up. You can drop it off at the library, and they'll also accept money. So there's a lot of ways to be able to help out and make sure kids get the supplies that they need during the school year. And thank you guys again for putting that on. That's it for this edition of the Lin Lowdown. Thanks for watching.
And now for local events from the community calendar. Tomorrow from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m., Tufts Health Plan and Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, in collaboration with Lynn Community Health Center and Girls Inc., will host a summer festival and vaccine clinic at Manning Field. Lynn Community Health Center will offer Pfizer vaccine to those interested in being vaccinated. Food, music, entertainment, and performances from local groups will be available for attendees. Also happening tomorrow at High Rock Park is the Summer U Workout Series that will go on all day. The series will go on until August 21st. The Lynn Museum second Saturdays will be going on from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow. Live music will occur in the courtyard from 12 to 2 p.m. with Dave Simmons and Lisa Haley. The Black Excellence 5K will be going on from 11 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. at Rowley's Tavern tomorrow. Registration will occur before the race begins for interested runners. The Lynn Parks basketball skills and drills will be happening until August 19th from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. This free clinic will help players improve their dribbling, passing, defensive and offensive skills, layups, and all the basic basketball fundamentals. To find out more about community events, visit lyntv.org and click on the community calendar. Thank you for watching the LCTV News. Make sure to subscribe to the LCTV Facebook page as well as the LCTV YouTube channel. Also visit lyntv.org to watch any show at any time on your computer, phone, or tablet. I'm Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day.